Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, September 20, 2012. It's about 1:17 a.m. Birmingham, Alabama, and a lot of news. I'm going to start off with the latest prophecy in the news headlines, and at least some of them. There's more, but any case, something's happened here. I need to tell you about it. But to start with, Israel's military holds the largest snap drill in years. Tens of thousands of Israeli troops in surprise goal line drill. This unnerved Khomeini rather, in Iran, so he pops off, we're not going to bend to the West. Experts, only the U.S. can destroy Iran's nuclear program, and this is false. Iran will never cave again to Western anger. They said it back to back. Bahrain seizes items Iran likely sought for nukes. Preparing for another Cuban Missile Crisis. Syrian regime will deploy chemical weapons as last resort. Got news for you. They already have. Chinese general told his people prepare for combat with Japan. A lot of stuff, folks. Homeland Security purchased 200 million more rounds of ammo after they purchased 1 billion rounds last month. Look, the news is on and on, bad, all the way down. And the last one, will science someday rule out God? And they've been trying it for a long time, so you know that answer. Excuse me, but I want to tell you something. Number one, on August 17th, there were 2 strange explosions in Iran. Could this be a Stuxnet number 3? Underground power that supplies these nuclear facilities and support facility. A ghost blew them up, blew the wiring up, shut them down. Iran for nothing will say this is Israel because of the embarrassment. In any case, I think God's plans are simply telling Iran, not yet. I'll say when. And, okay, more. And this is one that's bothering me right now. I've already put out 3 blogs in the past that I thought, and it was my opinion, and I said that somehow if Obama was not leading in the polls in the election, that he would suspend the elections. Well, tonight I got a call from someone, and I'll shorten it up. A lady picked up a hitchhiker. She never picks up hitchhikers, but she had somebody telling her, pick them up. She did. Didn't know what to say to him. They're driving down the road. She finally says, who do you think will win in the elections? And he said, ma'am, there won't be any elections. And she, didn't know what to say, kind of scared her. Finally, she looked over, and he was gone. Well, this really shook her up. She pulled off the highway on the side of the road and was sitting there like, what the heck just happened? A state trooper pulled up behind her. He got out, and he said, ma'am, are you okay? I passed by, saw you, and your head's laying on the wheel. She said, well, let me tell you what happened. She told him. And he said, well, ma'am, you're number 3 tonight. She said, what? He said, this is the 3rd time I've heard this tonight, that someone picked up a hitchhiker's, people that never pick up anybody, and the hitchhiker told them there will be no elections. Guys, I believe that. And that would almost support why Homeland Security has purchased over 1.2 billion bullets. Can you explain it? I can't. All right, besides that, dreams and visions are pouring in at record numbers everywhere. People are seeing floods, major floods. People are seeing earthquake up the Mississippi. People are seeing volcano eruptions. People are seeing tsunamis, the fires that's still plaguing us. Another dust bowl. People are seeing battles. People are seeing things getting blown up. And some are even seeing a mix of aliens with people. If you read some of the stories, aliens, they're not aliens. They're God created angels that fell, and between them and their offspring will be here in the last days, because they were here prior to the flood. That's why we had a flood. But God says, too, they were here in the days of Noah and after. So plainly, the Bible tells us they're still here. But I think God has a grip on them right now, but he's about to release them. I really believe that. I believe that our elections will be suspended. I believe that this country will be in some sort of war. I hope not. I also believe that we will see on television a strike against Iran from Israel. I think we'll watch it on TV. But also, I think we will see that war start and ends quick. I'm talking 1, 2, or 3 days max. I also think that you'll see that God played his trump, and he caused them to kill each other. And that's why first there will be many to come to Christ, and then a great falling away. Okay, many come to Christ because they see miracles. Mainly what happens in the Middle East. Many will fall away because once we have a rapture, then the only people left are non-believers. And then many will fall away. Many will just not show up at the party. Things are happening. Too many people are seeing too many things. And one last thing. I was in a building day before yesterday, downtown Birmingham. The tenant moved out, and I know the lady that owns it. I've done work for her in the past. I was there alone in an empty 2-story building downtown Birmingham, Alabama. No one there. The door is empty, and I lock the doors. Go inside, and after I'm there about 45 minutes, just making notes, taking pictures, I hear a clear voice with an echo because it's hollow in the building. Hey, Jody. Well, the voice was non-threatening. It wasn't saying, hey, Jody, to get my attention. It's not like, hey, Jody, or hey, Jody, how are you doing? None of these things. And when I told my daughter, she said, do you think it was Flossie, which is my wife that passed away? I said, it was not. I said, I didn't know the voice. I said, the voice was, again, a woman, and it was very clear and very non-threatening. I said, Tammy, to my daughter, I said, I had about 3 seconds left, and I turned off the camera because I was taking pictures, but I had my glasses on, looking down at it so I could see what I'm doing. And all this went through my mind before I raised my head up. But when I raised my head up, I said, is it time? Why did that come out of my mouth? When I heard that, hey, Jody, I thought, and I really did, that I would then hear, come up here. This is the rapture. That's how it's going to happen. And I think it will happen right about the time the war is ended between Israel's defeat over their enemies and Gog and Magog. People, be ready. Things are happening, and they're bad. Jody Wolf, Expoz.